your parents are not your parents are not your God. They're not your everything. I used to, I dress up for the most part. Like, yeah, I have on this hoodie thingy, but I have on heels to go with it. And and growing up, I was always told, you don't have to get all dressed up like that. We just going, down the street and this and that. And it's like, I listened to that voice and I used to feel bad for showing up for myself. And eventually I stopped showing up for myself in those type of ways that made me happy. And I gave my power away. And it's like, no, I choose when I want to dress up, how I'm going to dress. And I choose. Whether people like it or not, like, you have to gain the autonomy back. Put the power back in your hands. That's why you feel weak, because you don't have any power. That's why you feel weak. That's why, and when you feel weak, you allow strong people to step all over you. Ain't that something? Oh, it's hot, y'all. Well, I'm going to go eat some steak. I just felt compelled to share this with you all. I love creating videos. I love sharing with you all in my power. Not because I have to, but I'm sharing out of abundance because I want to, and I love creating videos. So, I hope y'all learned something, and have a good day. This is Mistress Merlot. If you're going to keep neglecting yourself for something, then you just made that item, that person, whatever, you just made that your God. I hope you know that. And I'm not saying that to scare you, but that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly the power dynamic of what is happening, believe it or not. Believe it. You don't have to believe it, but your life, I'm sure, reflects that. I'm just saying. Who is your God? Who is your authoritative figure? And every time you hand over your power, and I get it, just sometimes we do overextend ourselves. Like, you late on rent and you need to, stay a couple hours over from work. Hey, I get it. Trust me, I get it. I'm not saying everything is just always peaches and cream and that, but for the most part, give yourself some rest. Take your power back. Don't let nothing have a hold over you to where you're just always overextending yourself for something, because that something is going to be your God. You're going to be a slave to it. It is what it is. There is no cookie cutter way to say that. It is what it is. But the solution is, tapping into your body. So when you tap into your body, you are more rooted in what you feel like, what you think. Or just start asking yourself, how do I feel about that? What do I think about that? Before you just start doing shit. Like, or when you, because I used to be so numb that I would do my homework and my stomach is growling and this and that. And I know I'm tired, but I will keep going. I will keep going. That is so unhealthy. Like, stop doing that shit. Like, go get you something to eat. And if you want to return back to, what it is, like, do that. You have to nourishing yourself. That is a requirement. That is not a luxury. So I hope y'all learned something. Take your power back. If you're afraid to speak up for yourself, I completely understand, because sometimes it's not always easy. Sometimes, it could be your boss, and that could be that could be your last day working that day if you decide to speak up for yourself. Who knows? Excuse me. But at the same time, who is your God? You or your boss? There are rules to follow, for sure. Not saying be around here breaking rules and shit. Not what I'm saying. People don't know how to not think in black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just take everything so fucking literally. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. A lot of people, like, like, what the fuck? But yeah, like, if something is really, really bothering you, anything that you choose to act like, feel, think, do in the name of somebody else, you giving your power away. Like, when you're thinking about what somebody else is thinking and you choose to act based off that, you are literally handing them And then you wonder why you always get manipulated and shit, because you literally handed over the keys energetically. But if you would, stay in your power, that's like staying in your power is definitely spiritual protection. It's like an energetic bubble that's zipped up, right? Not a wall, not a wall, because that's also a way that you're giving away your power too, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But it's, when you stay in your power, you are unshakable. Can't nobody just sit and move you any type of way. Like you said what you said, you're firm on how you moving, right? Say if you got you're going to an event, and my social battery, I love having fun, but eventually, like, my social battery, I get bored. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home. I experienced what I experienced. I'm ready to go home. And the old me, I didn't want to be boring. I didn't want to, be a party pooper, this, and that. But now, when I say I want to go home, I want to go home. It's time for me to go home. I'm out. And I drove, too. So, what the fuck? Like, I'm going home. I'm not thinking about what this other person thinks. I'm thinking about what I feel like doing. Like, because I'm an adult and I can do that. I'm not a kid anymore. So, the solution that I'm going to provide to you all is this may sound cliche, but meditation and meditation comes in all forms, like so many forms. It's not just you sitting there, you closing your eyes and, all kumbaya and shit. There's so many ways for you to meditate. Like, even if me just sitting here right now talking to y'all, I'm meditating by feeling my toes, feeling the energy of my toes. Why is that important? Because if you're not connected to your body, you damn sure are not going to hear the voices that your body's telling you when you need to rest, when you are almost done with your book, but then your stomach start growling and you choose to keep writing that book knowing that you need food. Like, rest and all of this stuff, that is like not a luxury. That is a requirement. And that's what I'm learning for myself too. Like, rest and taking breaks and stuff, like, that is not a fucking luxury. That is not something that is to be earned. That is something that we need. You know what I'm saying? And who's your master, you or the money, the book, the fuck all that shit. Like, I'm not saying fuck it, but what I'm saying is, who is your master? Who is your God? Let's talk about people pleasing and how that makes you lose your power as well. You're not speaking up for yourself when you feel some type of way. That is a sure way that you are leaking your power, because you are more in their head and in their body, worried about how they're going to feel, how they're going to think about you, instead of what you're going to think, what you need. You're literally handing your power over to them, wrapped in a fucking bow. Like, you're literally giving them the authority to influence you. Like, and then, you wonder why people don't respect you and they tend to treat you like you're some child or something, because you're literally handing over your authority for yourself and your responsibility to speak up for yourself and to stick up. You're handing it to somebody else. Adults don't do that. Fully functioning, mature adults do not act like that. You are an adult now. You are a grown woman, man, whatever. And it's time to realize that, whoever may have made you feel powerless as a child, you have to remember, I'm an adult now. I'm a big girl. I can rise to whatever, I need to face. I don't have to shy away and hide from things anymore. And it may be uncomfortable. But would you rather hand your authority on a silver platter to somebody? You're literally, when you're thinking about what somebody else is thinking, unless, like, you're trying to strategically be like a couple of steps ahead of them, that's different. But if you're doing it on a regular, and I care too much about what they feel and this and I don't want to upset anybody, you're literally in their energy, which is very unattractive, by the way. But you're ignoring your soul. Your soul is like a fucking Instapot, boiling on the inside, waiting for the steam to come out, waiting for that communication, the unsaid words and whatnot, and you're stuffing it down. You're not letting the pressure release. You got to grow up. You have to grow up. You have to not demand what you need, but you do have to assert yourself and be a big girl, a big boy. Grow up. You're leaking your power. Like, just say, even replying to text messages as soon as you get them, knowing that you are in the tub and that's your relaxation time, or you're washing dishes and you hurry up and dry your hands to go check the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are leaking power. Like, I could see if you're expecting an important phone call for like a job or something like that, but most likely you won't be washing dishes around that time anyway, because you're going to be waiting for that phone call. You're going to set aside space and time to wait for that phone call, right? So you're not preoccupied, you're not all over the place. But we are so overstimulated, and I want to get to that too. We're so overstimulated by always scrolling, giving away your power. Always adjusting, always fixing according to outside voices or what you perceive that they are going to. It's what can I say? What you think they're thinking about you, and how you choose to adjust yourself according to that. You're leaking so much power every day. Now, moving on from people, we're going to merge into like side hustles, hobbies, right? Hobbies. What was once your hobby, now you're trying to. It's nothing wrong with making money from it, right? Nothing wrong with that. I make money from a lot of things that I do. I make ebooks and all type of things that are more authentic. You know, they're very authentic because these are real life experiences that have happened to me, and I just want to share with people. The difference is when it comes to that, right? It's not a job for me. It's not like, now, yes, I do set a time aside whenever I can to do this, but when it's not like, oh my God, I need to get this done. Oh my God, no, like the pressure, you're worrying about, you're losing your power to money. You're losing your power to the people that you want to sell to, I feel like. And you are just so anxious and scared that you're not going to get something, right? You're leaking your power. And I'll give you all one more example, and then I will provide a solution like I always do. I never speak without providing a solution. Hey y'all, it's your girl, Mistress Merlot, and I'm back at y'all with another video. Today what I want to talk about is ways that we willingly give away our power. And this goes, trust me, we'll get there. Relationships, you know what I mean? But it goes so much deeper than that. It goes so much. There's so many ways that we give our power away. And I want to bring this to light to you all because, I mean, this is a journey for me. So, I haven't mastered this. This concept is still quite new to me, but I just want to share what I'm choosing to actively practice. So, as far as power, for me personally, power is my will. Power is my authority. And at times when we give our power away, we wonder why we're so spiritually way down and tired. We wonder why we're so unhappy and depressed. Because you're giving away your power every single day. I feel like when we rest and recharge, we wake up with like a certain bank account of the amount of power that we're going to have for the day. And, we give so much, we spend so much away, and we don't make deposits back into our bank account. And then we wonder why we're so tired. So I just want to give y'all some examples, some personal examples of mine that I would give my power away. So I used to be really self-conscious. I would walk in front of like a group of people, and I mean, still it's kind of uncomfortable to this day, but at the same time, you know, I would give my power away by, you know, well, fixing my posture, or it depends. Like, okay, most women have always have all had this experience. We go to the gas station and it's a group of men, and we energetically start puffing out our chests and maybe make a frown, or we're putting on a guard energetically to signal, don't talk to me, don't fuck with me. But even in those subtle ways, we're letting them control our temperature. We're allowing the outside control how we are choosing to move, versus, you know, I'm walking in this because this is what my body is asking of me authentically and out of love, right? Sorry, my nose keep itching. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. So when you pay attention to how you move, and you pay attention to, you know, how you let the outside affect you, you will be more attuned to how you're giving away your power.